Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com, and today I wanted to look at a topic that I call alien killings. And the question that was sent to me was, why are the aliens stealing animals, killing them, and leaving their bodies on Earth with strange surgical incisions? And this has been found in a lot of different areas, especially around parks. You've heard about these different stories. So this person wanted me to have a little bit, I guess, deeper look at this topic. So when I first read the question, it took me back to a reading that I just did not that long ago, and it was about crawlers and cryptids. And that topic was something that I had never heard of before. I was talking about dogmen, and then someone had responded wanting to know about crawlers and cryptids and how all of these things are interrelated. So when I read this question, it took me back to that previous reading. If you go to my blog itself, it will redirect you there. Also on my YouTube channel, you'll see a video entitled Crawlers and Cryptids. So having said that, and moving forward, I get that these aliens that are doing this are really low vibe ET. Super strong reptilian connection to the cryptids. It all feels like this is all interrelated. And I got that they lived underground for centuries, and they're making their way to the surface more and more often. And it appears that these low vibe beings are also intellectually inferior to their reptilian masters, I guess, for lack of a better descriptor of how the dynamic of that structure, that social structure, is set up. So you have these reptilian overlord type beings, and then you have these lower vibe aliens, still affiliated with the ETs, but just very almost like a very primitive form of them. And it looks as though these reptilian connected ETs were somewhat abandoned, leaving them to fend for themselves. So it looks like the reptilians, they use these beings to complete tasks, mine precious metals, resources, and all basically their dirty work, anything that they needed done. And once an area became mined and resources were depleted, the reptilians would leave and then leave these beings behind. With little in the way of resources to survive, the cryptids have been coming to the surface to feed. So it's more like this abandonment of this group, and they're underground and they're starving and they're in this survival mode. And when you think about it, and they're a very primitive being anyway, they're very low vibe. So you put some basic need that needs to be met, like food, on their radar, and that's what they're doing. That's all they can focus on. And as I mentioned in my earlier reading, they used to be underground, and they've evolved within that environment. So bright light or even the heat of the sun isn't something that they can tolerate very easily. And so that's why they do their hunting mainly at night. It's not because they're trying to be elusive and hide or be scary, that kind of thing. It's more like they don't have tolerance during the day, and their comfort zone and their ease to hunt is at night. And then I saw these cryptids mainly receiving nourishment from the animal's blood, and it looked like the iron in the blood was something that they craved. That's what they specifically needed, that type of a mineral. It looks like they have an appendage under their tongue that they can protrude outward to create this sharp, like a straw poking structure. And when they find their prey, they inject them with this tongue like a straw, which initially paralyzes the animal as the cryptid feeds on it. So in the big scheme of things, I mean, look for these encounters in rural areas, mainly areas with deep cave systems. And I see that these beings, they stay close to their home, so they have a place to retreat to easily. They don't want to roam on the surface for any length of time. So yeah, very interesting phenomenon that's going on. And it was cool to get some clarity as to why this is happening, and just pay attention to it and see how these things resonate. So if you've ever had an encounter like this, you've ever seen anything like this or heard a story, please feel free to leave a comment. It's really interesting to compare what other people have gone through and what other people have seen. I like reading your comments. So again, thanks for listening. Please like me, share me, all those great things. They help out so much. I really appreciate it. And again, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thanks. Bye.